It was the season of Advent, late Advent, I suppose, days leading up to Christmas, and the scandal spread all through that part of South Tyneside. A house had been notoriously burgled, and among the things stolen was a silver watch, a pocket watch. This is the advent of 1859. There were various people suspected, but hard to prove, really. And then on Christmas Day, Father John Kelly, it seems to sound strange to our ears, but Father John Kelly, who was the parish priest at St. Patrick's down by the shore in Felling, was in the confessional box, hearing confessions. Christmas Day. And while he was in the confessional box, somebody came in and handed him the watch. Well, Father Kelly went to the house that had been burgled and asked for the proprietor, but he wasn't in. So he left a message saying that he had the watch. The police were called and they duly visited the presbytery, asking for the watch. The man was arrested, and in March of 1860, Father Kelly was called as a witness to Durham Assizes. And he was reluctant, but then when he got into the court, he refused to take the oath. And when questioned on this, he said, well, he was prepared to tell the truth, and indeed only the truth, but he couldn't tell the whole truth. And Mr. Justice Hill, the presiding judge, said, well, he wouldn't be asked anything that would be inappropriate, anything, for example, that might incriminate him. He wouldn't be asked anything that, would trouble him. And Father Kelly took this to mean that he wouldn't be asked about what was going on in the confessional box. So he took the oath, and Father Kelly was then questioned, who gave you the watch? Father Kelly said, I can't tell you. The seal of the confession prevents me from speaking of anything like that. And the judge pointed out to him that, he wasn't being asked what was said in the confessional box, only who gave you the watch. But Father Kelly maintained his position and said if he were to tell, he would be breaking the seal of the confessional, would be suspended for life as a priest. And it just wasn't what you did in terms of the sacrament. And the judge said to him that you'll be found in contempt of court if you don't say who gave you the watch. Father Kelly said, so be it. So he's found guilty of contempt of court and sent to jail. There was a huge outcry across the nation. It made the papers. There were questions asked in Parliament. And not long after, Father Kelly was released, still having refused to say who gave him the watch. He went back to St. Patrick's in Felling, and he was welcomed by parishioners in jubilation. They presented him, you'd probably guess, a gold watch. It was a famous case in the middle of the 19th century, and even now it's cited as part of case law. tell the story because, well, here we have John the Baptist issuing an invitation to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is close at hand. As he prepares the way of the Lord, he baptizes individuals in the River Jordan who confess their sins. This is what the baptism of John was about. People come for forgiveness. And it strikes me that here in Advent we think about the sacrament of reconciliation, forgiveness, penance, confession, whatever you might call it. It's one of the great themes of the season of Advent. I wonder whether you ever thought about this question: why does the priest wear purple in Advent? Why purple in Advent? We're so used to it, we just take it for granted. And it's because there is a penitential dimension to Advent. You see, it's all about preparation, prepare the way, prepare for Christmas. And of course, for most of us, that means we think about what's going to happen for Christmas lunch, who's going to be there, where am I going to be? We might be thinking about getting the house ready, even presents. But of course, there's something deeper in all of this. Preparation for the coming of the Lord is about the heart and the soul. I never cease to be amazed by the power of the sacrament of reconciliation, the power of confession. It can have a huge impact upon people's lives. And so therefore I think it's important to emphasize this idea here in this season. If you can, take the opportunity. Go to confession. The seal is just one of the wonderful aspects of it. It's more than anything about the healing of the heart and the soul as we experience God's mercy and forgiveness. It can change us extraordinarily. For all of us, this season is a time of turning back to God, renewing our faith, thinking about those aspects of my life that need to change, that I need to be sorry for, and to tell God that. It's a time to return to the Lord. As we prepare for the great feast of Christmas, it's important that we prepare our hearts.